I thought I had a cat then, but it's your cat. I thought that was my reflection. I was so confused. I was like, I don't have a cat.
Hello and welcome to The Unusual Suspects. My name is Andy. We have, as always, with us, Penny.
Hello.
Guess what, Pem?
What?
It's episode 50. We've hit another fucking milestone, and you know what that means?
Woo!
We've got to have the same person we had for a different milestone. So with us, and I can't believe we're doing this without Dan, we have a Jenny Bennett.
Woo! Oh, hello!
Woo!
Yay!
Bennett special.
And it's my birthday.
It's the Bennett special. And it's your birthday. We should really sing happy birthday, but I'm not going to.
It's not till tomorrow.
Penny, they don't know.
To be fair, by the time this comes out, it'll have been 4 weeks ago. Or something.
It'll have been a long time.
Yep.
How are you, Jenny? It's been a while.
Yeah, good. Everything's good.
Good.
In the hood.
Good. Well, look, we've done a cheeky little guest quiz for everyone who's joined to get to know them. We kind of know who you are, but we're going to do it anyway for fun.
Go for it.
Who are you?
What is your favourite film?
There's three.
Okay,
There's three. Death Becomes Her.
right.
Love that film. You nearly had to watch that one this week. Scream, because I'm a Bennett,
Obviously.
and that's the thing.
Yeah.
And Little Shop of Horrors.
Also good.
There's a very wide range there, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Favourite actor?
Just Channing Tatum count?
he's an
Yes,
actor.
He's an actor.
Well, I think he plays the same role in everything, but he's the best.
He does it well.
He's also the favourite man, the best looking man, the favourite anything in any movie.
There you go.
Yep.
Favourite band or artist?
Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to say you left the emo side. You're not one of us anymore these days.
I mean, I still listen to all the emo, but I don't listen to it over and over. I love a bit of One Direction. I'm like,
We're out of my wheelhouse
Surely
here.
it's Meatloaf.
no, I know it's Meatloaf. Penny is Meatloaf is it. Penny is the one. She knew that more than I did.
Yeah, it's Meatloaf.
Meatloaf is the best ever.
I'll tell you
Ever.
what, we should have done this as a Mr. and Mrs. Penny, what's Jen's favourite colour?
She knows this. It was easy.
Is rose gold a colour?
No.
No. Or it's pink?
Ding ding ding.
Yeah, I would have punted on pink. What's her favourite word?
Oh, she says all sorts of fucking weird words. It could be anything. I don't know on that one.
I like the word fuck. I say that a lot.
That's the same as mine.
It's the same as... See, you're definitely sisters. Favourite sandwich, Pen? What's her favourite sandwich?
Bacon and bacon and brie and cranberry sauce with that as well. Yeah.
I'm doing a Kermit the Frog like arms in celebration. We don't even eat sandwiches together. How
No.
does she know?
Okay, is she a snatch or a lock stock girl?
I thought you were going to say, does she have a snatch?
No.
I don't know if you've seen either of those films.
No, I haven't.
I don't think she's seen either, so neither.
Let's punt on snatch because Brad Pitt's in it looking very live.
No, Lockstock, because it's my favourite.
And finally, who is her favourite host?
I want to say it's me.
It's Dan. Not really.
Oh,
Oh, poor Dan. Poor Dan.
I just felt sad for him.
I know who her favourite host is. It's her.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
This is good. We've had, 6 guests now? Still no one has picked me. So that's good. Clearly I'm doing something wrong.
Sorry.
Should we crack on then?
Yeah.
So, knowing that you were both going to be here, and you're both fans of Disney, I'm turning this into the Disney special. I watched the Disney film that's on brand for both of you in particular ways.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I remember seeing this film as a kid, or like seeing the end of it and being really confused. I thought I had a fever dream, but it turns out I was in fact watching the 1997 film Tower of Terror.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Did you know it exists? A film about the Tower of Terror?
I know the ride exists because I wouldn't go on it if you gave me £1 billion.
I've not seen the movie. I have seen the Haunted Mansion movie with
Eddie Murphy.
Yes, Eddie Murphy. That film's awful, but also great. But no, I've not seen the Tower of Terror. But did you know that on the ride, Tower of Terror, it has a different ride sequence every time? So when you ride it once, you'll ride it differently the next time, and it goes up to different floors and drops differently each time.
Yeah, there's also different footage that you see as well. I've done my research.
It's not even the Tower of Terror anymore. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy, isn't it?
It still is the Tower of Terror in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's the same principle. Even though it's the Guardians ride, you still get different sequencing and different clips. Anyway, enough about rides. So this film opens in 1939 and you see the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and there's a big sort of ball going on, like a big swinging 30s party. There's some kids there. One of them is called Sally Shine. And she's
Sally
like,
Shines.
Yeah, Sally Shines. She's
That's like a noun and a verb. It's very confusing.
All right, Miss Bennett.
Okay.
No.
I mean, at no point does she actually shine.
Well, disappointment.
Maybe her personality? I don't know. We're off topic already.
Well, this is why we need Dan.
Dan hates tangents.
He's not the best, but he's the most efficient.
Yeah.
That's probably true. So Sally Shines, she's like a child star. Everyone loves her, and there's paparazzi and stuff. And you see another child sort of staring at her begrudgingly. She then gets in a lift with some other people, and as they approach the 11th floor, there's like a big zap of green lightning, and then they sort of weirdly they start shining. So Sally does shine.
But she does shine.
Sally shines.
Okay.
More sparkles, I'd say.
Like a vampire.
Yeah, sure.
Like a Cullen.
We then cut to Steve Guttenberg
Oh,
of Police Academy fame.
classic.
You can tell it's a 90s film because he's in it, and so is Kirsten Dunst. He is called Buzzy, and we see him shooting an alien. Buzzy.
Right.
We see him shooting an alien autopsy with a camera, and there's a surgeon who's about to cut into like the skull of an alien. And just as he gets his bones all close, off pops the head. It's Kirsten Dunst, and it is a hoax. It turns out he writes for some sort of paranormal magazine, but everything he does is bullshit.
Oh, I was going to say, I wouldn't let Steve Guttenberg cut a sandwich, let alone an alien. But if it's not real.
I just had to Google who he was.
He was the dude in Police Academy.
He was in everything
I've
in the 90s.
not seen that. I'm young. Here I am, Googling it.
You're older than Dan. Dan knows, I would
You're
assume.
older than me, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I know who Kirsten Dunst
I
is.
just look the oldest, which I'm fine with.
How old are you?
30.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you're almost 32.
God, I'm so old. But it's all right, because Penny's the oldest.
I know.
Continue. So he's cutting up Kirsten Dunst's alien head.
Sure. He goes back to his apartment, and there's an old woman in his room. And she's like, "Hi, Buzzy. I know you. I've read all of your articles. I think you're amazing and stuff." And it's just weird.
And she's in his room.
Yeah, she's broken into his apartment. Turns out that she was at the hotel in the 30s and saw the events unfold, and she wants to find out what's happened. She believes it was a witch who used the Book of Souls, not the Iron Maiden album, to make them disappear.
I'm really confused.
Was she in the lift with Sally Shines?
No, she is the kid who looked at them as
Who
they were
didn't
getting
like
in the lift.
Sally Shine.
Who didn't like Sally Shines.
Okay.
So hold on, can I just go back here? So Sally Shines was in the lift, and she's like a little like child star,
Yeah,
and she disappears.
yeah, in the lift.
Yeah, they got zapped by lightning.
Okay, and then we jumped 30 years to the future, and then he's just cutting up an alien.
We jump presumably to the 90s, yeah. So, yeah, she breaks in. He's like, "I could try and help you, but I think it's all bollocks." So he goes to this hotel, goes to the Hollywood Tower Hotel to investigate, and the gate is unlocked, which I found weird.
I'm assuming it's abandoned now.
Yeah, it's abandoned. It hasn't been used in 60 years. I
Right.
am surprised it hasn't been demolished.
Maybe they just hadn't got around to it.
Just a creepy old hotel that hasn't been used for 60 years is weird.
But do you know what, though? People love that stuff, don't they? My best friend, who's a Disney princess, her hobby is to look at abandoned planes on YouTube.
Sorry.
Is it?
That's her hobby. She watches people go to abandoned... There's some in Rochford in Southend, and she drove to see them, but you can't get in them. But she loves watching abandoned planes, and abandoned, like, theme parks is like a real thing on YouTube.
How did I not know this about Eleanor?
She sounds fucking weird.
She is so weird.
I also like that you refer to her as a Disney princess. Like, that's a real
That's
job.
her job. That's her
You
job.
mean that's her job? What do you mean that's her job?
She gets paid to be a Disney princess, so she dresses up in the costumes And she puts on the accents and she goes to parties and she performs for children and she sings.
And she's a Disney princess.
She's done a couple of celeb parties.
And sometimes she'll deliver Jenny McDonald's dressed as Elsa.
Actually, it's just Rapunzel, but I was really hungover. Oh. She just was like, here's McDonald's through the car. We've been to the off licence as her dressed as Elsa. That's what she does.
Essex is weird, isn't it?
It's a really big market for it.
Buzzy meets this dude called Q. Turns out that, Q is played by Michael McShane, who was Friar Tuck in The Prince of Thieves. I know you love that film.
Yeah, my favourite Christmas film.
He's the last living descendant of the owners of the hotel, and he essentially says that the reason it hasn't been pulled down is because they want to work out what happens that night before they do so. He goes...
But nobody's bothered.
Nobody gives a shit, really. Buzzy goes and have a browse around. He sees that the lift is still on the 11th floor, and there's some weird owl statues whose eyes glow red when he walks past them.
That's not creepy.
It's definitely a bit sort of haunted. Like there's weird movements and stuff. Anyway, he finds the Book of Souls.
He just finds it.
Yeah, where was it?
He finds it. He finds it in the basement where the old woman, Abby, tells him where it is.
Oh.
She's the only character with a normal name so far, by the way. Abby. Everyone else is called like Zutenberg or something.
No, that's his real
Steve
name.
Gutenberg's his real name. His name in this is Buzzy, which is also not normal.
Oh, because that's better.
Yeah, no.
So he realises that there's like money to be made from this. He tries to make an article, and to do that he gets a couple of actors to look like ghosts. So he recruits his niece Anna, played by Kirsten Dunst. That's a normal name.
Also the alien.
Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And also another woman called Claire Poulet.
Claire Poulet.
Which isn't a normal name. And
Poulet.
Anna says,
Poulet.
Poulet, that's French for chicken. And she's like, yep. As if it's just totally normal.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not, is it?
Yeah.
Poulet.
I don't know. I did Spanish and German.
Side note.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember learning in French was that the bus ticket was un tickety bus.
Un tickety bus.
Right? We've got a French teacher at school. I told her this and she said, that does not mean bus ticket. No way is that bus ticket. I've thought for 20 years that that's how you said bus ticket in French.
You've been saying that for 20 years.
Yeah, I know. And the French teacher at school was like, no, that's not how you say it. So I voice noted my Disney princess best friend and I was like, how do you say bus ticket in French? She said the same thing. We've been conned in Essex.
Yeah.
That's why I could never get a bus in France.
Look, if you're going to become a Disney princess, you don't need to worry about education, do you? It's not going to be a strong suit.
What if she wants to work in Disneyland Paris? Then she'll need to know how to get a bus ticket.
Exactly.
Good point. Good point. Oh, I didn't think about that. Now I look like the twat. So Buzzy and Anna hear some music in the hotel. They go and check it out. It's like the sound of a busy kitchen, like pots clanging together. There's music and stuff. And then they see like a corridor with the same green weird lights that were there when the hotel got struck by lightning. And then a trolley wheeling through the corridor, and on it is a headless mannequin that then sits up wielding a cleaver.
And this is a Disney film.
Yeah, I don't know what the target audience for this film is, because it is a bit creepy in places.
They did make some weird ones back there. Do you remember we've had this conversation about kids' films being a bit traumatising, like Return to Oz? Wasn't like the Black Cauldron a Disney film that's kind of scary?
Yeah.
They had like a weird...
And to be fair, in The Little Mermaid, the big chef has a cleaver and he's like trying to smash into Sebastian, isn't he?
True, but he's a lobster, not a human.
He's actually not a lobster, but good try.
He's a crab.
I can't wait to quiz you.
Doesn't matter, he's still a crustacean. So Buzzy then goes to see Jill, who's an actual journalist. She is a proper journalist.
Jill the journalist.
Jill the journalist. And they used to bang.
They put that in the Disney film, did they?
Well, they didn't specifically say, hey, remember when we used to bang? I've sort of cut some corners, you know?
Yep.
He says he's got this amazing story to tell about Hollywood Tower Hotel. And she's like, yeah, we've heard it before. Fuck off. Don't come back. And then she does a background check on Abby, the old woman. So it turns out that the people who were trapped in the elevator were trapped because the nanny, who they believe was the witch, didn't have an identifier for all the victims, just for Sally Shine. And that's why...
An identifier?
Yeah, so like, you know, you need to have like a lock of hair or whatever.
Oh, okay.
They only have one for Sally Shine and not for the others.
Gotcha.
So that's why...
So they didn't have toothbrushes?
No.
Not in the elevator.
Or hairbrushes?
Well, I just assumed that whoever cast the spell didn't know that it was going to be more than one person in the lift.
Yeah.
Why you would ever put like an 8-year-old in a lift by themselves, I don't know. But...
Well, exactly. That's like the Cecil Hotel, that sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, Sally Shine and Eliza Lamb, absolutely identical.
Oof. I hope not.
Does she end up in a tank, a water tank? Is that what happened to Sally Shine?
So they're convinced that it's like her nanny, who's also in the lift, was the witch who cast a spell on them. So they have a new mission to get the identifiers for the other victims so they can send them off peacefully.
Okay.
So they go back to the hotel, and considering they're on a schedule, because this has to be done by Halloween and it's like 2 days before, or the day before.
Are they knocking it down at Halloween? Or is this like a spooky thing?
Halloween in 1939 is the day that it happened, right?
Gotcha.
And then every Halloween, it's like the same thing happens
That's when
again.
the veil is the thinnest between the ghosts
Yeah,
and people.
pretty much.
I can't believe you haven't sung your little ghost song yet. Oh, I'm an internet ghost. That one. We've talked about ghosts a lot and no one said anything.
It's not an internet ghost, it's a real ghost.
Is it though?
Yes. But considering he's on a schedule, he's too busy chatting up fucking poulet.
Chicken.
He tells us that he was fired from his actual job as a journalist because he was sent a fake video of the mayor taking bribes from the mob, which he then reported and then got laughed out of town, and thus no one was to work with him. So whilst he's chatting her up, old busybody Kirsten Dunst, she fucking strolls into the hotel on her lonesome, and she meets all of the ghosts that are there. There's like a busboy, a couple of other people, and Sally Shine and the nanny. And she then gets caught out by the witchy nanny, who's like, piss off, we don't want you here.
So the witchy nanny, she didn't do it, did she? Did she make them all disappear?
We're not there yet.
All right, sorry.
Penny, I really lost the plot of what Andy was saying, so I've actually read it on Wikipedia while Andy's been telling me, because I've really struggled to follow what you're saying. And she's not the witch. I won't tell you who.
No, we'll carry on. We'll carry on.
It's always nice to have backseat drivers, isn't it? Anyway, so Anna says to Sally Shine that she wants to help her, and she's like, can you fix the elevator? Then we can go to the party. And thus we know that they need to get to the 12th floor because then they can pass over.
But they can't go up the stairs or through the ceiling or the walls because they're ghosts.
Correct. They can't go up the stairwell. They have to go in this particular lift. Service elevator, not good enough.
So where have they been? Where have they been for all these years? Just stuck in the lift?
On the 11th floor.
They've been in the hotel pissing around.
Oh, okay. Just on the 11th floor, though? They're not allowed to go?
No, they're in the
anywhere?
whole hotel. They're in the whole hotel.
So how can they not get to the 12th floor? They can use 11 and down.
For some reason, the 12th floor is like locked off. They can't get to it unless they go in the main lift. Think of it like a penthouse.
Yeah.
Ghosts can't walk through walls, can they?
No.
Anyway, so we meet the ghosts, and it turns out that fucking Claire Poulet is actually a stage name for one of the ghosts, whose real name is Caroline Croissant.
Croissant.
Why has she got French food names?
I don't know, but it's fucking brilliant. So, Jill, our resident journalist, goes to meet Abby, but it turns out she's actually a patient in some psychiatric housing unit and has been since the 40s, the spring following on from the event.
Right.
And it also turns out that she was Sally Shine's sister.
Oh.
So Jill finds a box in Abby's sort of room with a secret compartment that is full of like voodoo dolls and pictures of Sally Shine with her eyes cut out.
And again, this is a Disney film.
Again, this is a Disney film that I assume is aimed for kids.
Disney at its greatest.
So it turns out that Abby is just a very jealous girl of her sister, understandably. One of you must know what it's like.
Penny. Penny would never lock me in a lift and kill me, though.
You say that.
She did try once.
If anyone's going to do it, she's got more murder knowledge.
I don't know.
No, I don't know about
I think
that.
we're quite equal at murder knowledge.
So Buzzy is like, well, I'll fix the elevator. You can go to the 12th floor. You can go and have your little dance party, and then you can fuck off forever. And he tells Q the plans, and Q's like, yeah, that's fine. I can fix the electrics or whatever. But then Jill turns up at Buzzy's flat and is like, I believe you. Let's write the story about this mental woman called Abby who tried to murder her sister 60 years ago, and then she disappeared, and now she's in a psychiatric ward. Let's do that. And he's like, I've got my job back. Don't care about this anymore. I'm just going to do that. And Anna is obviously not happy about it.
Why can't she write on her own? She's a journalist.
No, Jill's the journalist.
Oh.
Jill's a journalist. I agree.
I'm with you.
I agree. She should do it without Buzzy. But Buzzy needs that big story.
Yeah, what's she doing for?
It also turns out that Abby heard the whole thing and thus knows the plan to get the power back.
Can I ask, where was Abby then? Because they were in her flat. So was Abby in the flat or was she still in the mental place?
Abby was hiding in a cupboard.
Actually hiding in a cupboard.
Actually hiding in a cupboard.
How did she get out of the mental house?
They let her out and, like, release. Because she'd been
Day
there for
release.
60 years.
Day release.
So she could be like old Mother Hubbard, stuck in a cupboard.
And she only tried to kill her sister. She didn't try and kill anyone else.
But surely, if she was in the mental house because she tried to kill her sister, then everyone would know that she tried to kill her sister, and then that's why.
No.
They didn't know she tried to kill her sister.
All right.
She's in there because she spent 60 years banging on about witchcraft and how someone, like, cast a spell, and that's why they disappeared.
Okay, I'm with you.
So, it's now Halloween.
Yes.
Buzzy is too busy fucking around with journalist Jill, and Q and Anna are trying to get the power back in the hotel. But meanwhile, Abby is also in the hotel.
Dun dun dun.
She's got all of the identifiers, and she recast the spell to make the elevator crash and thus do a load of murders at once.
Smart
What,
move.
with more murders?
Not just a
with the new people?
not just a singular murder, with everyone else that's in the elevator that's stuck yet.
Like the Poulet ladies in there.
The Poulet lady, yeah. Not the real people, just the Poulet lady.
Just the Poulet lady. I meant like not the ghosts, or add the ghosts are in there together. Is it a big list?
She's just trying to get rid of the ghosts. There's 4 people. It's actually 5 people, I lied. Sorry. It's Sally Shine, her nanny, the lift operator, who is Q's granddad. There's the Poulet lady. And then there's some dude.
But are they already dead then?
Yeah.
They're all ghosts, yeah.
But you just said she wanted to kill them. That's why I was confused.
They're stuck in limbo, so they can't pass over. They're stuck in limbo.
Okay.
It's not this... This is a kid's film. Let's bear in mind, it's not this complicated. Right. So she recasts the spell, but Anna sees her and is like, yeah, this isn't happening. I'm not fucking happy. Runs into the lift, gets in the lift before it shuts, and then it gets stuck on the 11th floor again. Now,
It's not good.
the lift will crash at 8:05 p.m. And Buzzy turns up because he's had just a change of heart that he needed to. He turns up at 8 o'clock, sees Anna getting in the lift, and then they have to get in the service lift next to it to get them out. Abby is still casting the spell, and then Sally Shine strolls in, and she's like,
Sally got out the lift.
Sally's not in the lift.
Yep.
So Sally's not... So here are the people in the lift. We've got Poulet. We've
Is
got...
Poulet real or a ghost?
Poulet is a ghost.
Poulet's a ghost.
Okay, Poulet's a ghost.
Poulet's a ghost.
The lift
The
man
lift
is
operator
a ghost.
is a ghost.
Ghost.
You've got the nanny, who's a ghost,
He's a ghost.
and the other dude, who's also a
Who's
ghost.
a ghost. And then Jill the journalist.
Not Jill the journalist, Anna the niece.
Oh, yeah, Anna. Kirsten
I was
Dunst is in the
confused
list.
because Wikipedia says Anna runs in, but only Sally makes it out of the elevator. So that's why.
Well, yeah, so that's the 5 people in there. Do you want me to go through them again?
No, okay with you.
No.
Penny's like, no more. I might just watch this.
Sally's not in there.
No, because she gets out and Anna
She gets
goes
out,
in.
because that's what Wikipedia says,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like trading places.
Sure, yeah, sliding doors and all that. Sure. Anyway,
Also never seen that.
so Buzzy is talking to Abby about why she's such a prick, and then Sally strolls in, and Abby's like, everybody loved Sally Shine, nobody cared about adequate Abby, even on my birthday.
Oh,
Even on my birthday.
like Adequate Andy, but that's a different podcast.
Yep. Even on her birthday, nobody gave a shit.
Oh,
So Buzzy...
it's not really Sally's fault, though.
No, it's not. It's just a stupid fucking child being a prick.
Bad parenting.
Yeah. Buzzy asks Sally what would he say to Abby if she was there, because she doesn't know that adequate Abby is now an old woman.
Yep.
And she says, I'm sorry I didn't make it to your birthday party. I would hope she doesn't hate me. And Abby's like, oh my god, it was a birthday party for me. The plot thickens.
Oh, so that's what the ball was.
That's what the party was for. It was Abby's birthday party.
Oh, this all could have been avoided.
She's an absolute bellend. It all could have been avoided if she wasn't such a sulky little shit.
To be fair, Jen's quite annoyed about her birthday party, but anyway. About people not coming.
Well, she had a big fucking snow globe at Christmas. So.
It was fake Christmas.
Oh, yeah, we did.
There's no donkeys this year, though, either. Mm-mm. So Abigail, she's a div.
So Abigail's a div, but she gets an apology from Sally Shine. So they...
Even though she murdered Sally Shine.
Yeah.
She gets an apology because she threw her a party and then she murdered her.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Absolute div.
Yeah. So they're now all in the service lift next to the lift with the ghosts. And as the clock hits 8:05, Abby asks Sally if she will forgive her, and Sally does, and then gives her a birthday present, which is a little bracelet with both their names on it so they don't forget each other. And because the count...
If I don't get a bracelet from you, Jen, I'm going to forget you.
Okay.
I mean, it's her birthday tomorrow. It's not yours.
No, but she's got other presents.
Please don't murder me.
In a lift. I wasn't planning on it.
So the clock hits 8:05. Because she gives her a bracelet and apologises, it lifts the spell, and thus the lift with the people arrives back on the ground safely.
Including Anna?
Including Anna.
They still didn't go to the party.
I'm fucking getting there. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Oh, I feel so bad for Dan. No wonder he gets fed up of this all the time. So it turns out the ghosties also are now safe, but they didn't make it to the 12th floor. However, they then press the button and get to the 12th floor. In they walk to the party. The old humans are there too. They're having a grand old time together. And then slowly they will start to fade away. So Poulet sings a song, and then her and the dude...
Was it I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight?
What a deep cut that is.
It wasn't, but I wish it was. So the dude that was also a ghost proposes to her, and then they fade away together. The nanny fades away. The fucking elevator guy's like, "You're a good grandson. Well done, Q." And then he fades away.
Also not known.
And then Sally Shine and the family fade away. She's with her parents, they fade away.
Oh.
And Abigail's left on her
And
own again.
then a very
It's her
young
fault.
child appears and says, "Am I late for the party?"
Oh, it's her.
And it's a young Abby. And her sister's like, "No, come on." And they run up some stairs together holding hands, and then they also fade away.
Because old lady Abby's dead.
How did she die?
Yeah, because she's old and she was going to go and be with her family.
Yeah.
Right.
She slit her wrists in the lift. Does that help the question?
Andy!
Is that a better conclusion?
That's how Disney wrote it.
Anyway, so all the ghosts are gone. Q ends up having the hotel to himself. He's now the big boss. He's wearing a tuxedo, except instead of trousers, he's got shorts and flip-flops on. And the hotel reopens and they make a fuck ton of money.
Yay.
He's now an accomplished journalist.
Like the Hotel Cecil.
And that is the end.
Wow.
I thought,
That was a lot.
I kind of want to watch it now.
it's not bad. It's on YouTube. But, Disney Parks.
It's not on Disney Plus.
It's not on Disney Plus. No, it's weird. It's definitely on YouTube, though. But, it's got the horror elements for the Peno, and it's got the park rides for the Geno, and it had nothing in it for me. But that's fine.
Yes, it did. It had poulet.
That's true. I do like chicken.
Poulet for Andy.
You love... Oh, Dan's missed all the food pun names.
I'm not sure that's a pun. That was her actual name in the film.
Yeah, but her other name was Claire Croissant, wasn't it? Or something?
So fucking stupid.
Anna? Anna?
If my friends see this, my life is over.
Oh, perfect. You look great. Oh, come on. Beautiful. Look, by the time I doctor the pictures, no one will recognize you anyway.
If they do, I'm moving to France.
Excuse me. You called for an actress? I'm Claire. Claire Poulet.
I'm Buzzy Crocker.
Oh.
This is my niece. Anna.
Hi.
Filet? That's chicken in French.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Well, I also knew that we were coming, so I've done a Disney quiz. It's a Disney special. Tried to make it fair. I Googled difficult Disney questions and they were so fucking difficult. I thought that would be really boring. So hopefully this is somewhere in the middle. I kind of went for questions that I might not know the answer to in the hope that it would be slightly more challenging. Shall we go with shout your name?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I think you should have to shout a character's name.
technically, Andy just goes, "Mario,"
Yeah, I make a noise.
because it's 2 syllables.
That's not his name.
Because if Dan and I do it, he says Dan and I say pen, but Andy tries to fit it into 1 syllable. So you can shout Jen, or Jeno, whatever you like.
Me! That's what I would do.
That's what I do too, actually. That's what I did with the last one.
Yeah. Can we confirm there are Pixar questions in this as well, right? It's not just Disney.
There are Pixar questions. Yeah, it was quite difficult.
just-
They were all either really easy or really difficult. So these ended up being a lot of what is the name of. So sorry about that, but blame the internet. So question number 1. What is the name of the toy store in Toy Story 2?
Me!
Oh,
Al's
Jenna.
barn. Al's toy barn.
Oh, well done. Sorry, Andrew.
Your noise is hilarious.
Thank you. It's like I'm sitting on a hemorrhoid.
Is it?
Question 2.
I don't know.
Which Disney princess sings Once Upon a Dream?
Sleeping... Me!
Yeah, Jen.
Aurora, Sleeping Beauty.
Indeed.
I think there's a volume
bad.
issue here. It's going to be whoever's loudest. And that's definitely not going to be me, is it?
Question 3. How long was the genie stuck in the lamp for before
it.
Aladdin found him? Yes, Andy.
10,000 years.
Well done.
10,000 years!
Gives you such a crick in the neck.
Such a crick in the neck! I never watched the live Aladdin because... Why would you?
It's not worth watching.
I don't like the live remakes. I'm really not into them. The only good one is Lady and the Tramp. That was lovely.
Oh, that was
Everything
good.
else, no, I'm not interested. Why? This is my issue with Disney, right? And I don't have many issues with Disney. But they have enough money. Why remake good films badly rather than just spending their time making new films that we can all enjoy?
Because there are no original ideas in Hollywood anymore.
Yeah.
And they've got the rights to them, so they might as well redo it.
I'm not sure that's true.
Yeah. And I think they think that kids won't watch stuff that's too old now. Like little kids watching Snow White, but they'll watch like animated. Not animated, sorry. They'll watch live action Aladdin. I don't know. Maybe they think that kids won't watch old cartoons. Question number 4. What is Rapunzel's chameleon called?
Addy!
Hey!
Oh,
It's
she was just...
Pascal.
She fucking was
Yeah,
not.
alright.
That is horseshit.
She
I
was...
was so before you.
You were not.
I heard her a little bit. I see. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm going with what I can hear. Maybe I should look at the screen. I don't know.
This is Pascal.
No, I know it is. I know the answer. The difference is I shout my name, then I wait till I'm told that I was first before shouting the answer.
Yeah, you should probably do that. Question 5. What is Mulan's male name that she chooses?
Oh,
I fucking hate Mulan.
So do
So does-
I. So do I. I've only watched it once.
I was going to watch it this weekend just to spite myself, and I wish I had, because Kat wants to watch it, and I keep telling her it's shit.
Is she called Adam?
Nope.
Ping Lang.
You need to say your name if you're going to
Well, I'm
properly
just making it
answer.
up. You don't know either.
So
No
no
one
one's
knows.
got an official answer.
Nope.
No.
It was Ping.
I was so close.
Question 6. What are the names of the 3 kittens in the Aristocats?
Oh, shit.
Me.
Jeno.
Marie, Toulouse, and Berlioz.
She is correct.
I couldn't remember the fucking last one.
Which one did you remember? Berlioz.
Yeah.
Fun fact: when I went to the Disney Halloween party, we dressed up as the kittens. I was Berlioz,
Good for you.
but there was only 2 of us, so it was really sad. it's like Toulouse had got hit by a truck on the way there.
Oh no.
I really hope that's what you told people. We're the 3 kittens from the Aristocrat, the other one's in the road somewhere.
Question 7. Which US state is Lilo and Stitch set in?
Addy!
Me.
Oh, I had Andy first that
You
time.
can have it. He can have it.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Good job.
So patronising.
Do you like that one, Andy?
I've never seen it.
Sorry. What?
Yeah, never seen it.
It's the best one.
That is our favourite.
He doesn't care.
I know it is. I don't care.
I wish we'd have known this because we could have made you watch that one instead of the one we did watch.
I wish he had.
Question 8. In Monsters Inc., what is Sully's full name?
Me.
Yeah.
Am I allowed
can't
to
hear
go?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Me. Oh,
Yeah.
James P. Sullivan.
Yeah.
Correct. Question 9. What are the names of the kids in The Incredibles?
Addy!
Yes, Andy.
Violet, Dash, and Jack Jack.
Well done. As I tried to be fair, though, I was trying to think of films I know you've both seen.
On Saturday, we started watching Disney vlogs, and then it evolved into watching like Disney characters falling over in the Disney parks. And you should Google when Elastigirl falls over, because she comes onto stage. Have you seen this? She comes onto the stage and she trips and her whole face falls off. And then her hair goes on top of her head and she's like bald, and all these children are like laughing and upset, and she can't see because her face fell off and her eyes are on the floor.
It's haunting.
It's brilliant.
Terrifying.
Lewis came home and was like, "What are you two doing?" And we were watching Disney characters fall over and slingshot videos.
Question 10. What is the name of the dog in Peter Pan?
Me!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jenno.
Do you know this?
Yeah.
Nanny?
Yeah.
No.
It's Nana.
Oh, close.
Andy is correct. It is Nana.
Well done, Andy.
Fuck you.
Does anyone call you Andrew?
Only
I
my
do sometimes.
parents. My sister does quite a lot, actually.
Question 11. What is the Mad Hatter celebrating at his tea party?
Me!
Oh, I don't know.
Andy can have it.
That was very close.
Is he
Go on,
celebrating his unbirthday?
He is.
Like me.
That might be my favourite song from that
A
film.
very merry birthday to me.
How many songs are in that film?
Not many. That's why it's my favourite.
It's not known for its songs.
He doesn't really. You're not really into musicals, are you, Andy?
No.
Question 12. Which Disney princess wears pants instead of a dress?
Me!
Oh
Am I winning?
no.
Yes.
Only by one.
Jasmine. I'm taking it.
The fuck?
You can't do that.
What is this?
Yeah, because
That's not how that works. Don't make me disqualify you.
I think she loses a point for that and I gain one.
No, I let you have the last one.
We will see.
Imagine that on like fucking a proper quiz show.
Mastermind.
Jeopardy.
Someone just shouts the answer out and goes, no, I'll let you have the last one. I'm taking this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's how that works. We might have to think about that. Question 13. What kind of pet does Maleficent have?
Me!
Jenno?
A crow.
Technically not.
Daddy.
Oh.
Andy?
A raven.
Raven. And I will give you a bonus point if anyone knows what his name is. Andy can go first.
I don't
Andy
want to
can go first.
Me.
Well, surely I'm the only one who gets a bonus point here. She didn't get the question right the first time.
Well, yeah. Do you know the answer?
Is it called Jean-Claude?
It is not. Jenno?
Diego.
No, it is not a Mexican
smug.
raven.
So smug.
It's something like that.
Diablo.
Diablo. Oh, it's so close.
It's 2 more questions. Not really sure the last one's a fair question. Not a fair question, but it's a stupid question. Question 14. How many thingamabobs does Ariel have?
I haven't got a fucking clue. But I don't
Me.
care.
Jenno?
Plenty.
Nope. She has
They
a
got 20. Thingamabobs, I got 20.
Yeah.
It rhymes with plenty. But who cares? No
And
big deal. Sorry.
I want more.
Oh, for
Thank you.
fuck's sake.
I want to be
Where the people are.
people.
This is not the fucking musical quiz. Let's keep going.
Question 15 and the last question. What Disney film am I in?
Me. I don't know. I just wanted to answer.
Andy.
Andy.
The Rescuers.
Oh, well done. I am in The Rescuers.
Is that the person?
It's a good thing I didn't say Down Under there, isn't it?
Yes.
She's the little girl.
Oh, I don't get the down under thing.
Are you fucking kidding me? Hang on.
I think you need a tiebreaker here, Penno.
I don't have one. It's a draw. I thought that, but didn't we have a draw before?
Why don't you ask something spurious like when Snow White was?
No, because I know you know that because you told me that earlier. I thought about it. I didn't think I'd need a tiebreaker question. You can hold the line, caller.
I'm not sure we would need a tiebreaker if someone played by the rules.
To be fair, I gave you a question.
You didn't need to.
We called one at the same time, and I said you could have it.
We called quite a few at the same time, but then you shouted the answer out anyway.
Yeah, if you didn't take that Jasmine question, you'd have lost.
Well, it's a good thing I took it then, isn't it? Because in life, you have to take what's yours. And that was mine.
Sometimes you just need to let the disadvantaged have their points for once in a while.
Nope.
Oh no, I was referring to you. That was my point.
Well, I'm the one who's got a trophy medal, and you don't.
It's true. I also don't have a loss to my name on this podcast.
You don't have a what?
A loss in terms of quizzes. I mean, I know in terms of like, what's your favourite host? I'm well at the bottom. But in the games, I'm currently undefeated.
I'm trying to find a fucking tiebreaker question.
Oh, I feel a bit anxious now about this.
Okay, so let's do closest one. I'm going to do what year did this film come out? Closest one wins.
As long as it's not no Snow White, because then Andy's a cheater.
He knows that one. What year did Lady and the Tramp come out?
Oh, fuck me. Jen, I'll let you go first.
And then he'll pick like one more year, like do the Price is Right
Which
strategy.
one? The new one or the old one?
The original.
So how old is Dad? Because it's his favourite Disney film.
Why? Was he in it?
When he was young, he was a very handsome tramp. Don't tell my mum he had puppies with someone else. Let's think about this. So Dad is 71, and it's his favourite film too. So it was in like after 1954.
It's his favourite film.
Disney film, favourite Disney film.
I was going to say, of all time, he's 72 and his favourite film is Lady and the Tramp. I always thought
Where
he
do you
was...
think we got it from, Andy?
Yeah, good point.
Jeno, what is your answer?
1981.
Right.
You've gone for 1981.
Lady and the Tramp, 1981.
He was born in the 50s.
Yeah, he might have liked it as an adult. All right, Penny rushed me.
So he watched it when he was in his 30s, and it was his favourite film.
Penny rushed me.
I'm going to go for 65.
Jeno, is that your final answer? 81.
Fucking take my answer. I'm looking it up on Google.
81. And Andy said
65?
1965. It came out in 1955.
I was so close with Dad's actual age.
No, you weren't. Oh, yeah. Your logic was really
Yeah,
good.
I know.
Yeah.
And then Andy just steps in there. I feel like I've just been cheated again.
Get fucked. It's got nothing to do with me. You said it was his favourite film. He was born in the 50s. I'm going to go for the one 30 years later.
Yeah.
That's not my fault.
Yeah, but then Penny panicked me.
I gave you a choice to change your answer.
Yeah, but then that, you've got to go with, you can't go back on yourself. You've got to believe in yourself, even if you're wrong.
I mean, that is a Disney message right there, but you were wrong.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And you did lose. So can you please
Well done, Andy.
send me that medal back, please?
You said I didn't have to send you the medal.
I've changed my mind.
And I'm not paying postage.
Christ.
What was Tramp's kid called? Scamp.
Yeah.
Original. There was no Dalmatian questions in there. Disappointed about that.
No, I couldn't really find any.
How many Dalmatians are there?
There was one, how many Dalmatians were there originally?
In the litter?
Yeah, how many did she birth?
12?
I think it was 15, but I can't remember.
No, I think you are right. 15!
Yeah, 15 puppies. All right. Andy, you going to take us through our film out of the shoe?
If I must,
I know you're very excited.
I can't think of any film I've enjoyed less recently.
Oh, come on.
And we've watched some absolute bollocks.
That's not true. You're telling me you preferred How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
That wasn't recently, though, I suppose.
I mean, that did make me unreasonably angry, that film.
Dad liked it.
Yeah, but Dan loves a cheesy rom-com. He loves that shit.
Yeah, he does.
So, the film from the shoe this week, Jen brought with her The Emperor's New Groove,
Yes.
2000 film, with David Spade, Patrick Warburton, John Goodman, Tom Jones does some singing in it. I skipped
Eartha
most
Kitt.
of it. Eartha Kitt's in it.
Sting's got something to do with it.
Some other people. Sting's got something to do with it.
Sting did the song on the end credits.
The really crap
And Tom
one.
Jones did the songs at the beginning.
I don't understand that, because I fully expected Tom Jones to belt out, a version of What's New Pussycat, but maybe What's New Llama Boy.
Llama Head. Oh. Llama Head.
What's new, Llama Head? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jen, why did you bring this film with you?
Because I think this film is the most underrated animated Disney movie. I think it's hilarious. I make Lewis and Penny watch this, and they don't like joy or Disney or fun, and they both lol. Actual lols.
Yeah, I like this
I
movie.
just think it's funny. I think the villains are great. I love Kronk. I think he's brilliant. I mean, Kuzco's really annoying, but then good for him that he gets turned into a little llama.
Yzma's a mood, though, isn't she? The older I get, the more relatable she is.
She's just amazing. And when she's turned into a cat, brilliant. Just told the whole story. Sorry, everyone. Just think it's completely underrated and underappreciated, and it's very funny.
Okay, good. Well, I disagree with all of that, but let's go through it, shall we? So this film starts a long time ago, somewhere deep in the jungle. So far, I'm bang on. This is exactly what happened. There's a little llama boy sitting in the rain. And...
That's the noise he makes.
Is that the noise he makes?
Yeah, he's like...
Side note, Jenny and I both love David Spade, and he does not.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying I love David Spade.
Oh, I do.
That was a sticking point for me. That's why I've never watched this. That's why I'm not going to watch it again.
So this was new to you then?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen it the whole way through. But the llama is actually an emperor. It is Emperor Kuzco, played by everyone's favourite but mine, David Spade.
How can you say Kuzco without singing Kuzco, Kuzco?
Is that why you were both dancing when I said it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Kuzco.
You say Kuzco, I'm...
If it's going to keep you quiet, I'll keep saying
Okay,
it.
I'll really try.
So Kuzco is essentially a self-absorbed, arrogant dickhead of an emperor who thinks the world owes him a favour and I fucking hated him.
Like, he's not even...
He's 17. He's an absolute fucking knobhead.
He's too much for an anti-hero. Like, obviously, spoilers, he gets better. But, like, as an anti-hero, he's a complete asshole. Like, he's not likeable.
He's not likeable at
But
all.
that's the point, isn't it? That's the point for the character development in the story.
Yeah, but it does make me wonder if that's why people don't like it. Because he is such a prick. Is that why it's not higher up on lists?
Yeah, but he doesn't end up like a prick, though, does he? I think it's the lack of music in it. Everyone loves a song in Disney, and the only one we've got is Kuzco.
Is that it? Is it just the song at the beginning?
In the film.
No, there's one in the middle as well.
What song?
Oh, Tom Jones is back again later on.
I thought he...
Not the one when they're jumping rope. How many anime can you
No,
count?
that's not
a song.
That is actually a song.
I would say it's more like a nursery rhyme.
rhyme.
Oh, come on then, King Andy. Let's continue.
I'm not quite as much of a prick as Emperor Kuzco, though. So, Tom Jones is singing a song about Kuzco being a knob, I assume.
No.
And he's a little man. And this is why it's funny. He's like a little man dressed as Elvis with like a big ginger afro in the middle of the jungle. What's that about? That makes no sense.
That's what Tom Jones.
So
That's
random.
what Tom Jones looked like in the 80s.
No, he didn't. He didn't have a ginger afro.
He had a big old perm, yeah.
Did he?
Not ginger.
I mean, it was a light brown, wasn't it?
I'm looking
I'll
it
tell
up.
you what, he's still a handsome dude, though, isn't he, Tom Jones?
I went to a gig once. The band came on late because they were waiting for fucking Tom Jones to turn up and get to his seat, and he was late.
Yeah, but
Dick.
he sings songs about murder, and that's good. This is a weird... it's a weird
Yeah,
murdery
Dan would
Disney
hate this.
episode. So, yeah, he's talking about, how everyone loves him or whatever. We meet Yzma. Uzma? Someone correct me.
Yzma.
Yzma. Thank you.
Uzma.
I don't know.
It's not Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
Do you not enjoy the little old man? Like,
Oh.
I throw off the Emperor's groove.
you remember-
That's good too.
Do you know who he is voiced by?
An old man.
He is Piglet.
Oh, I can see that.
It sounded familiar, yeah.
Yeah, it's Piglet.
So Yzma's a creepy looking witchy sort of chap, and she's got, I want to say a bodyguard, but I assume it's more like an assistant.
Yeah, he's like
He's her henchman.
He is played by Patrick Warburton, and he is thick as shit.
Who says Warburton? Do I say it wrong, or do you say it wrong?
No, it's Warburton.
His name is...
Patrick Warburton.
Oh, he's American though.
Warburton.
Because the bread is Warburton's. Maybe he is Warburton because he's American. I don't know.
Patrick Warburton.
I've actually spelled it
think
wrong as well. I've put it as Warbarton.
That's when he's feeling fancy.
So Patrick Warburton
Barton.
is the thick as shit assistant. Kuzco tries to fire Yzma essentially just for being creepy and trying to do his job, when really she's doing his job so he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I don't know why he would fire her.
No, he doesn't know.
He's a child. He don't know what's going on.
He doesn't know how lucky he has it to have an assistant who does all the work for them. Isn't that right, Penny?
Yep. I know how lucky I am though.
So Kuzco has a consultancy session with,
So what Wikipedia says.
with one of the local villagers. No, I've written that myself. Apparently I was still in business mode.
Oh.
With one of the locals, Patcher?
Yeah.
What a weird pronunciation.
I can only hear Sully when he talks, though.
Me too.
Monsters Inc. is my favourite.
Or the Burrowers.
So it's a bit strange.
Or Fred Flintstone.
Oh, I was going to go for Flintstone.
I mean, I know it's John Goodman and he's done more than one thing, but to me, he is Sully.
And he essentially says that he doesn't want his village destroyed by Kuzco, and Kuzco wants to build a swimming pool. And he, frankly, doesn't give a fuck where
Actually,
all those villagers have got to live because he's a selfish dickhead.
he does care where, because the top of that hill gets the best sun, which is why he wants to build his theme park water place on top of Patch's town.
Yeah. He deserves to be turned into a llama, to be fair.
He deserves worse than that.
Isn't this the story of like all teenagers though? Like teenagers are horrible and then something happens to them to make them realise to stop being horrible and then they turn into humans and then they're okay.
No, but that sounds like the vibes of someone who works in a school.
I don't see the end part though, they leave me at like 11.
Lucky them. So, Yzma decides to poison him, but Kronk is a fucking idiot and mixes up the potion. So instead of it being like a death poison, it's just a llama poison. It's extract of llama.
And it's really funny because the label looks like a skull and they roll the label up and it's a llama.
Incredibly easily abused.
And when Kronk's like, don't drink the potion, and she throws it, it's a fun fact for you, she throws it into the plant, the cactus turns into a llama.
You're slightly ahead
In
of
the
us.
background.
But yes.
Oh, I thought that's where we were at the dinner party.
No, not yet. I don't think.
So Kuzco... No, it's not Kuzco, is it?
Kronk.
Kuzco's there, but Kronk mixes a beverage. He's got the old cocktail shaker, gives it a big old mix, and then pours in the potion. But then can't remember which glass he puts it in because
He was worried about his spinach puffs.
his spinach puffs are burning, so he fucks off to go and check them. Comes back and then has to pour all of the potion into... He essentially just pours all of the drinks back into the shaker, mixes them up, pours
And
them
it's
back
like,
out.
"Don't drink them."
And he puts them into all the glasses, tells Yzma not to drink it, and that's when she throws it on a cactus that then turns into a llama.
I do really like all the llama details in this. Like when Patcher goes home, there's like a carving of a llama on his door. When they're running out of the restaurant later, after Yzma's fake birthday party, Kronk is clutching a little llama. Like, I liked all that. All the llama paraphernalia in this movie.
People did go batshit for llamas, didn't they?
Yeah.
I took a llama for a walk
Recently?
in a field. Well, before COVID, yeah.
Very good.
Someone bought it for my birthday, and we drove all the way to Kent to walk a llama. It wasn't very friendly though. It didn't let me cuddle it. I tried.
That took a turn, didn't it?
Fucking llamas.
So Kuzco starts turning into a llama after he has a sip of the beverage, and Yzma is like, yeah, just fucking knock him out, son. Let's get rid of him.
Yep.
Kronk knocks him out, but decides they have enough time for a quick coffee and dessert. There's always time for coffee, if you ask me. He then chucks him in a sack, throws him in a river. It's not really a river, is it? It's a stream. It's more like a...
It's like a fountain out of his face in the castle, isn't it?
Yeah. So he drops him in, whatever that is. And then it heads towards a waterfall. Kronk has a bit of a moment where he decides whether or not to rescue him. He's got an angel and a devil on his shoulder, and...
They're hilarious. They are hilarious. Did you enjoy them?
No.
He didn't enjoy anything.
I'm still waiting for the parts where I'm supposed to be laughing.
I've told you about 8 of them so far.
None of them were funny.
I can't remember when it was, but there was more than once when I actually cackled.
So he manages to grab the sack of llama before it falls off the waterfall. And as he's taking it down the steps to get rid of it into, I assume, a bush somewhere, he steps on a cat, drops the llama bag, and it lands on Patcher's cart, who then takes it to his village.
You sound so sad.
I've finished this maybe an hour and a half ago, and I just cannot believe I'm having to relive it immediately. So, Patcher goes back to his village. We meet his pregnant wife and his 2 kids.
The only animated pregnant lady in a Disney movie.
Is that true?
She was the first one. I don't recall anymore, but she was the first one. She's great though. She's a really good character.
What about...
Yeah, I like her.
What about...
Come on, what about
What about... Oh, no, wait, that's...
Trying to think of another pregnant
I was
lady.
going to say, what about Andy's mum in the first Toy Story, but I think they'd already had a...
Yeah, they had the little one.
The sister.
Whatever her name is.
I can't remember what she's called. Anyway.
Anyway.
Nobody cares. I don't care anymore. What's the point? So Patcher realises that there is like a weird sort of fucking moving bag on his cart. He has a look and it is the llama Kuzco, and he wakes it up And then he has a go at Pacha for being like, why did you turn me into a llama? What's that about? Why have you done this to me?
I mean, you would ask.
Valid. That is valid.
I mean, it is valid, but also, why is he assuming it's him?
Well, because he just wakes up, doesn't he? And he's like, fuck, I'm a llama.
He's
And
like-
I'm with you, so...
Fuck, I'm a llama again.
He's like, oh yeah, you're the person I said I was going to ruin your fucking life and get rid of your village and turn it into a fucking amusement arcade. Obviously, you're going to turn me into a llama.
Yeah, even he knows he's a prick and he deserves it.
He still doesn't give a shit. He's got no remorse. He's an absolute fucking...
No.
He gets there. He gets his character development.
It's not.
You've got to let it...
It's not.
It is.
Pacha rightly tells him to fuck off and find his own way back. So off he strolls into the land of jaguars and snakes and scorpions and
I would
shit.
have let him go on his own in the end. Patcher's a lot more nice and understanding than I am, I think.
Yeah. Patch is then hit with a bout of consciousness, but he still doesn't do anything about it. He's still just sort of lets him mosey on. We see Kuzco, he's bumps into a squirrel. The squirrel like offers him an acorn.
See, look, it's funny.
Krong talking in squirrel is great.
Squeak, squeak,
Squeaker,
squeak,
squeaker,
squeak.
squeaking, squeaker.
We're not there yet, but
Especially in Patrick Warburton's voice.
Krog starts bad-mouthing the squirrel, essentially. The squirrel's like, here, have a look at my bloody nuts. And he's like, no, fuck off. He then blows up a balloon in the shape of a llama and tries to...
The squirrel. See, the squirrel's got a balloon. Hilarious.
Why is a squirrel having a balloon hilarious?
If I saw a real squirrel with a balloon, I would...
It would go viral.
It'd be hilarious. We were just laughing at my dog because she had a nail file in her mouth. Imagine a squirrel with a balloon.
I don't know when the last time I saw a talking llama was, though.
Yeah, but that's not the conversation we're having, is it? That's like saying, oh, but the sky is blue.
Well, no, it's not. The point is, it's not set in reality, is it? If there's a talking llama, then fine, there can be a squirrel with a balloon. But that's not the real world.
No. Continue.
Anyway, he mouths off to the squirrel, and then he falls into like a big fucking pile of sleeping jaguars. The squirrel then blows up a balloon in the shape of a llama,
Llama.
pops it, and it doesn't wake up the jaguars. And Kuzco's like, ha! And that wakes them all up because he's a fucking pleb. I feel like I've never been this angry about shit. I don't think I was this angry about Animals United.
No, but that's because Dan was more angry about it than anyone
that's
ever.
true.
So
That's
you didn't
true.
need to be.
So he's then getting chased by the jaguars, and he gets to like this cliffside, and he's like on an overhang, and he's gonna be torn apart by a load of jaguars, and then all of a sudden in swings a flying Pacha, who tries to take out the jaguars, misses because they're smarter than him and they move out of the way, and then he grabs Kuzco on the way back, and we think, yes, this is perfect. He's been rescued, happily ever after. He's gonna get home and the film will be done. But no, they hit a log.
They have to go on an adventure.
They get wrapped around a log from the vine, and then the fucking log falls into a river, and then they drown.
It goes over a waterfall. They don't drown, but it goes over a waterfall, and Pacha gets out, but he has to rescue Kuzco and then almost give him a little bit of llama mouth to mouth, but he wakes up just before they do a snog.
Yeah, so he nearly gives him llama mouth to mouth, and old fucking Kuzco's like, oh, you tried to do a snog on me. And he's like, no, I was trying to save your life, you prick.
Do you reckon llamas are assholes or just this llama?
I
Because
think-
like I told you, the llama,
Just this one.
the llama I met, arsehole.
And they spit, don't they?
They're not friendly. They're not friendly fellow. I was going to have them at my birthday party, but they won't let you touch them. That's why I had donkeys instead.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
we were going to have a Mexican party.
You were going to have a Mexican party, so you thought, we'll get some donkeys, but you didn't think we'll get some donkeys for Christmas.
No, we were going to have reindeers for Christmas.
Fucking hell, you are so bougie. It's ridiculous.
The donkeys were fun though.
And reindeers would be wonderful. I tried to hire a reindeer just to stand outside the house when people arrived for the quiz, that there was just some reindeers to meet them, but it was like £400, and I was like, not that much.
Just think about the conversations people would have. That quiz would go down in infamy.
They always do.
Remember the time we went to that quiz and there was a reindeer stood outside? It was amazing.
The kids at school talk about my donkey birthday party, and they weren't even there. Someone mentioned it to me today.
Did you do like a slideshow, a presentation, or like to show all of the kids?
I didn't tell them. Other people told them. They're like, Mrs. Bennett celebrates her birthdays in really big ways.
Donkeys.
There was donkeys one year.
So
Well, they were disappointed because you've got fake grass.
yeah, I assume
Is it Christmas?
I assume llamas are just dickheads in general.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Right. They have a conversation. Kuzco and Pacha have a conversation about the village. It doesn't really resolve anything. Kuzco continues to appear like an unsufferable prick. Meanwhile,
It's because he says, like, I'll take you take you back to the palace if you don't build your theme park on my village. And he's like, yeah, sure. And they shake hands. And he's like, don't shake hands if you don't mean it. But then later on, he's like, don't have hands. I have hooves. So it didn't count.
I was just about to ask Andy, what do you call the things on a llama's legs? The feet on a llama's legs?
She wants to know how you say the word.
What, hoof?
Yeah.
Hoof.
A singular hoof.
Hooves.
Plural would be hooves.
One hoof, two hooves.
Hooves.
Hooves? What's wrong with that?
Hooves.
Hooves.
Lewis says hoof. I don't know what he says.
What does he say for two? Two hoofs.
Hoofs.
That's
Hoofs.
just bad English.
Two hoofs.
He also says penguin, though, so...
Yeah.
I mean...
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Continue with your hooves.
Okay, good. Meanwhile...
So he shook hooves.
Meanwhile... Yzma is telling everyone that Kuzco has died so she can take control of everything. And she's having a real good time, essentially doing the same job she was doing beforehand.
But getting paid the real money for it, because that is what life is, working like a woman.
She does fuck all. Kronk does all the work.
No! Kronk doesn't do all the work.
Yeah.
Earlier, literally 5 minutes ago, you were like, she does everything for Kuzco. He is so lucky to have
Yeah.
her. And now you two have agreed on something, so you've changed your
No.
mind.
No. She does everything for Kuzco,
And then Kronk does
but
everything
Kronk
for
does
her.
everything for her. It's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true to life. The CEO does fuck all. And then the people underneath that do a little bit more. Then underneath that, you've got the real plebs like me and... Oh, just me out of the three of us, probably.
Are you an ant?
Yes. Anyway.
Penny. Okay.
Sorry, you feel free to continue.
That's okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Not relevant.
So, that's definitely staying. Kronk tells her that he might not be dead and that he doesn't really know and that he ended up on some car or some shit. I don't know. I'll be honest, I stopped paying attention at this point.
Yeah, he's not around, but he's not technically dead.
Yeah, and she's like, well, let's go and find him then. They must be somewhere and we should finish the job like a painter and decorator trying to cover up that patch job. Don't know what that's going.
Like a wildebeest at a vending machine.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Don't worry.
Patch's kid said he had a dream that his dad was careening down a
that
river
was
tied to a
weird, wasn't
log.
it?
So is he psychic?
Well, because the girl has the dream. She's like, I had a dream that Dad was kissing a llama, but it's never spoken of again. But they both...
I didn't even pick that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, they both have a dream about what has actually
Yeah.
happened to their dad, but there's no mention of it ever again. so I
I'm
don't know.
convinced they're superpowered, and I'll come back to it later. So, the following day, Kuzco, after a cold night where he's been tucked in with a blanket from Patcha, he and Patcha agree that if Patcha takes him home to the palace, he maybe will change his mind about the hilltop swimming pool, and they shake on it,
Hooves.
hand and hoof.
Hoof. See?
Yeah, one hoof, two hooves. No, one hoof. Sorry.
It's spelled with an F, not a V. Singular.
Yeah, it's one hoof.
Hoof. One hoof.
What's that?
Yeah.
You said hoof.
I said one hoof. He takes it as a tacit agreement that they are going to stick that to a deal and it's going to be a legal arrangement and that he's going to take him home and there was going to be no swimming pool on a hill. But Kuzco seems a bit shady about it, and then we find out why, because Patcha ends up falling through a rope bridge and Kuzco refuses to help him because he's an arsehole.
Patch is like a really big man, isn't he?
He's a big boy.
He's a big
I
guy.
can relate to that.
He's a unit.
Yeah. Kuzco says the funny thing about shaking hands is that you need hands and waves his dangly little hoof at him. And then he also falls through the bridge too. And I'm like, that's karma. I hope you don't get it stuck around your neck and hang.
Good, because he doesn't.
They have a bit of a scrap whilst they're in the ropes. And then the bridge breaks and they end up falling down a ravine towards a lake of gators.
Gator Lake.
And then they have to work together to walk up the cliff.
Yep.
It's kind of like a funnel, innit? It's funnel shaped.
Yeah, and I always
Yeah.
found that weird because they get to one point, don't they? And it's like, well, now what do you do?
Yeah.
Like, would that work in real life? I don't know.
I think it
to a point, you'd be able to walk up
Yeah.
back to back, and then you'd get to a point you're like, now what?
Yeah, you'd be stuck. Unless there was a rope hanging like there was in this movie.
So there's a rope hanging down like there is in this movie, and they work together to get to it. Patcha grabs onto it. Thankfully, Kuzco's got a very long llama neck to help push him up there. And then a load of bats and scorpions appear. I'm not really sure how or why.
So the rope is attached to a bit of a tree and he pulls it and it shakes all the scorpions that live out of it. And then,
Do the bats come out of where Kuzco gets his head stuck?
yeah, so he gets his head stuck in the
Cliff.
in the cliff. And then, yeah, the bats fly out.
Can you explain to me the physics of how they're dangling quite far down a ravine and then all of a sudden they fucking swing back up to the top?
Disney physics.
Disney physics. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine then. They're on the side.
Your problem is that.
The what?
You got a problem with that, but not like the ghost movies and the Poulet Lady and
Different films.
like that's okay.
Yeah.
You're. Do you know what you are? I don't know the word for it, but you're that person who thinks it's okay for them but not for others. Hypocritical? Is that the word?
I mean, that's the word you mean, but that's not what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, he's not.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, move on.
Thank you for your permission. So, Patcher then slips on the edge of the cliff and he starts to fall off, and then Kuzco saves him, and suddenly he's become a nice guy and he's saving the day, but actually...
And he's like surprised that he saved him as well.
They argue about it, and Kuzco's like, no, I'm not a good person. Why is he arguing, saying that he's not a good person?
Well, the thing is, we don't really know Kuzco's backstory, do we? Like, he's like clearly very damaged. Like,
He's
where's
got no
mum and dad?
parents.
They're probably dead.
You're right, it must be really difficult
Like-
living with no parents, but also running an entire kingdom and having everything you need and not having to make any decisions.
Like, we don't know Kuzco's backstory here. There's like clearly some like trauma, some childhood trauma that's deeply affected this. You know, he's still a child.
He's still a prick.
He's still a prick, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you don't just fall out of the womb like that.
Some people do. Anyway, they end up at a restaurant, they order some food, it seems excessive. That's the only highlight so far. They order onion rings, and I'm like, yes, good choice.
Did you not like that? One, they were liver and onion. It was an onion log, or you could have liver and onion rings. But did you not like the idea of a mug of meat? That's what they were famous for.
A mug of meat. I'll be honest, I had a mug of macaroni cheese the other day.
When they said they had a mug of meat, it made me think of you.
Thank you.
I wonder what meat.
I don't know. But
Or
also,
if it's just like special meat.
Well, they were eating, like, they were slurping shit out of bugs, so I wouldn't want to eat it.
yeah.
It's probably llama
But
meat.
she said everything was swimming in gravy, which
Again, I've not got an issue with that.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I should add, the mug of macaroni was in my own house. I had bowls, I just chose not to use them.
Yeah.
Did you eat it out of a mug because you were sad?
No, I ate it out of a mug because I was watching Desperate Housewives.
So you were sad?
No, I was having a good time watching Desperate Housewives.
Were you with Kat or were you on your own?
I still don't understand why that's a mug.
Kat and I both had macaroni out of a mug watching Desperate Housewives.
That's adorable.
Why a mug?
Why not?
Relationship goals.
Because we're...
It's easier than a bowl.
Yeah.
You can just drink it then.
You've got a handle.
Ugh.
You got a handle.
Well, not drink it, you still chew it.
Yeah, it's not fucking liquid. You got a handle, you got a fork, you don't have to touch the edges of the mug. You could just like scoop it in. It's
Yeah,
genius.
you just spoon it in.
Every bowl should have a handle on it, I think.
Controversial. Do you put sauce in your mac and cheese?
I had a bit of barbecue sauce on mine, yeah.
Yes, that's the best.
I like to put a bit of mustard in when it's cooking as well.
Interesting.
I make a really good mac and cheese. I'll make you one day. When I actually get to meet you in real life, I'll make you my mac and cheese because it's banging.
It is really good. It's the first thing that goes at the Christmas quiz.
I make 2 vats of it and there's never anything left.
I might have to cut off that Christmas quiz. Pen will smash it.
Yeah, if you're in pennies too.
I win. I've won the last 2 years in a row.
And there's money. There's money involved.
I mean, I'm definitely coming up. Anyway, back to this film. I'm glad for the tangents because it stops me talking about it, but also, let's fucking get on with it.
We're fine.
So they're at the restaurant. Meanwhile, Yzma and Kronk also turn up at the restaurant. They're on the journey to find them. This is where they talk to the squirrel, where they do a squeak at each other, and he's like, squeak, squeak, squeakity squeak.
How did that not make you laugh in his voice?
Because
Squeak, squeak, squeakins.
I think by that point I just felt so defeated.
I guess.
It's just not that funny.
They're in the kitchen. That bit's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the kitchen, and Patcher realises they're on the table behind him, so he goes to try and get Kuzco out, who's already in the kitchen. Meanwhile, Kronk
Complaining about his food.
complain about his food, yeah, because he's an entitled arsehole. Then Kronk goes in. He also complains, asking if they do special requests for Yzma. And then he ends up being the chef somehow.
I love Kronk that he's just like, yeah, fine.
That's what I mean. He's been so beaten into shape. This is the real tragedy in this film is Kronk.
I mean, not tragedy.
He gets a spin-off movie after this, so technically he's the winner.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Kronk movie.
It's called Kronk's
Kronk's
New
New
Groove.
Groove.
Did not know that. How
Well-
have we not watched that?
Yeah.
You would have lost the Disney quiz. We both knew that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this might have been the only bit where I was like, yeah, fine. I can understand why people would find this funny. And it's where Yzma and Kronk and Kuzco are both going into the kitchen through the same rotating door, trying to put an order in, but they're just countering each other's order. So it's like, no cheese on the spuds. Okay, cheesy spuds. No cheese. Oh, cheesy spuds. Cheese. No cheese spuds. No, it's cheesy spuds. We'll just get a salad. And I'm like, fine.
That's also not the only funny bit.
What's the other funny part of that scene?
It's not that scene, it's coming later, I don't want to spoil it.
Okay. Kuzco goes back to his seat, as does Yzma, and they're sort of sitting opposite each other with menus in the way. They can't really see who each other is. Patcha then does the classic birthday request trick, tells the staff that it's her birthday, so they all come out and sing happy birthday to her, thus giving them the diversion they need to escape. Kronk then comes out of the kitchen and is like...
When they sing to her, Yzma looks like Jenny's husband, Lewis, when anyone sings him happy birthday in a restaurant.
Well, I imagine he looks exactly the same as I do, very pissed off.
Yep.
Patcha is like, oh yeah, we need to go because they are in the restaurant. And Kuzco's like, well, they will help me, they're good people.
There's no reason to think otherwise.
Essentially, Patcha, just fuck off. He then goes to talk to them and he overhears them talking about how they want him dead and stuff, and he's a little bit sad, and he goes back to try and find Patcha and he can't find him. And thus he's stranded walking home on his own. There's some somber music, all the colouring gets a bit grey, it's raining. He sees the castle but decides not to go home. Instead he removes the hat and cloak that he's been wearing and sits in the rain like a sad emo llama. He also blames everyone else though.
He does, but then... Because that scene of him in the rain is the scene of him in the rain from the beginning, where there was a voiceover of this, like, so at the beginning he's like, this llama is me. Like the second scene, he's like, see, I'm the victim. And then he does another, the llama in the scene talks back to the voiceover. It's like, no, like, you're not the victim. They've seen it. They know that you're a prick. Like, stop trying to make us think otherwise.
Yeah, he's just a dickhead, isn't he? I guess this is the part where most people go, oh no, he has had it tough. Because he's decided to walk away from the person who wanted to help him. And that's why he's that sad. Oh, what a poor boy. His decisions have come back and cost him.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think anyone thinks he's a sad llama boy. Everyone's like, you get what you deserve. But also, you know, he changes.
Yeah, like from him saying to his own voiceover, that's not true though, is it? Just, you know, I'm not the victim. Like, they've seen what's happened. They know you're a douchebag. So he's learning that he was a dick.
I've got a note here that says, I wish the credits were here. At this exact point when we see the same shot as the beginning.
The Disney film just leaves him crying in the rain.
Yeah, that's a real lesson to teach people. Sometimes things are shit if you're an arsehole. So we now see Kronk asleep. He's got a tiny teddy bear that has the same hat that Kronk has.
Hilarious.
He's got a tiny tent over his crotch. He sort of wakes up and he's like, oh my god, that guy, the peasant at the restaurant, he didn't pay his bar bill or some shit. Then he falls asleep again. And then he wakes up again.
Well, he can't work out where he knows him from, does he?
No. He then works out that he is the peasant he saw with the sack of llama on the cart. And thus they head to the village that Patcha lives in. So Kuzco's now being a sad boy in a field. He's eating grass.
Which he doesn't like.
Which he doesn't like because it's green.
Which is
vegetables. Weird. Why is that weird?
Because he turns into a llama, therefore, surely he's not going to sit and eat like a cheeseburger. He would like llama things.
He only physically turns into a llama, that doesn't he? Keeps his brain.
Yeah, but physically, your taste buds are in your tongue.
True. But
no,
you're just not going to want to eat it, are you?
Maybe not, but maybe he would eat it and be like, oh, actually, I'm a llama and I like grass. Just think it's weird, but we can continue.
Excellent. So he sees Patcha, he's talking to the other llamas like, yeah, he was a prick, but he was my prick, and llamas are cool and stuff, and, you know, maybe he's a good person. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. Am I along the right lines here?
Yeah, pretty much. He's telling the other llamas that he was a dick, but in a jokey way.
Cool. Patcha's like, come on, let's get some supplies, and then I'll take you back to the palace. And thus they head back to the village, but some of the locals are like, your relatives are here. It's some dude who looks like a brick shithouse and some creepy thin woman.
Otherwise known as Yzma and Kronk.
Exactly that. Patcha's wife
is a sharp cookie. I was going to say, a smart cookie.
Sharp cookie.
A sharp cookie also is not a good thing.
Sharp cookie is not... No.
A sharp cookie.
So she knows something's a bit shady. She then does a distraction in order to get Kuzco and Patcha out of the house. She does this by locking them in a cupboard. Yzma then threatens to burn the house down.
As you do.
Which is unnecessary. She then tries to break the door down, and as she does that, the wife opens the door, and this is where the superpower kids come in, because somehow they are ahead of Yzma at all times, even though she's heading down a hill on a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Have they got some sort of like teleportation powers? Or
Kids are just really fast.
I don't think
they're
so.
not faster than someone in a wheelbarrow going downhill.
There's a thing about that later, though, isn't there? When they're all trying to get back to the palace. There is, yeah. With the map.
Yeah. Essentially, they tar and feather her, and then she ends up like a pinata.
As a pinata.
And gets beaten by a load of kids.
And she looks like a chicken.
She does look like a chicken, yeah. And it's now a race. She sees the tracks of
I loved this bit.
a big dude and some llama hoofs.
I thought this was so clever.
The map bit.
Yeah, so they have cuts of them running to the palace, but then they also have cuts of like a map with the little dashed lines on it. And the red one is Patcher and Cusco, and then the purple one is Yzma, or the blue one is Yzma and Kronk. And like bits of this film are pretty meta with stuff like that. So at one point, Kronk can see the lines on the floor, and he follows the lines on the floor, like of the map and stuff. And I really enjoyed that. And then there's a whole bit like they all get back to the palace at the same time because obviously they need to. And there is a whole bit of like, well, how did we? Like they even look at the map and they're like, we shouldn't have got here at the same time as you. But we did. Disney physics.
Correct, yes. They do end up at the castle first, but Yzma and Kronk are there, and no one can explain it. They do hold up a map that says we should be in this fucking river now, but we're not. So
we're nearly there. You can do it.
they find her stash of secret potions, and there's loads of different animals, including lions, tigers, and bears.
Oh my.
Oh my, indeed. The human one is not there. She's already selected it out and is holding it above her head. Oh, then she starts to like lift her dress up a little bit, showing a bit of ankle for the kids.
Or the dads.
Or the dads.
Or the mums.
Or the granddads, probably. She then pulls out a knife, gives it to Kronk, and is like, yeah, go do a murder of these two people, please. And he has another conversation with the angel and devil on his shoulders. Cusco and Patcher and Yzma are like, what the fuck is he doing? Who is he talking to? He looks absolutely ridiculous. He then... Question?
No, he won't do it, will he? And do you remember why he won't kill them?
No. Was there a specific reason?
He gets mad at Yzma because she tells him that she's always hated his spinach puffs. And the devil on his shoulder is like, don't listen to her. And then because she said she didn't like his spinach puffs, that angel's like, yeah, fuck this bitch. Let's not do it. Don't listen to her. Can't mess with the spinach puffs.
I really do think these Disney films would be better if it had like, if we'd written parts of it and it was like, fuck this bitch. Or like,
Is that like when somebody replaced the word wand in Harry Potter to wang and it made it better? Harry took out his wang and pointed it at Ron. You know, much better.
Ron also took out his wang and pointed it at Harry. Hermione took out her wang and pointed it at the both of them.
I would definitely watch that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he slices a bit of rope that's hanging down. It's connected to
The tailbone.
what's it called? Chandelier.
Yep.
Normally in these sorts of films, it smashes the person to shit, but this time, because she's such a wrinkly old prick, it just goes straight through it. It's like, trying to smash a breadstick with something that is too large to smash a breadstick with.
A tennis racket.
Sure.
You are sad. I nearly said algorithms.
My algorithms are well out of sync, yeah.
Your analogies are worse than mine today.
It's like trying to crush a pepperoni with a tyre, but the round side, the flat side, the large side, it's just not going to work. I'll come back to it. I'll think of some more. So she survives. She then pulls a lever and he plummets down a shaft. And that is the end.
Pull the lever, Kronk!
That's the end of...
Run the lever! Hilarious.
Was that the
Good
funny bit?
part.
Was that the bit that we were waiting for?
That was... No. I'm waiting for it. It's coming.
It's going to be the cat's voice, isn't it?
Yep.
Of course it is.
Is that my voice? My voice?
So she pulls the lever, he plummets down a shaft, and then he dies. We never see him again. That's not true.
Who, Kronk?
Yeah, that's not true.
Oh.
A load of guards come out and try and attack them, and Patcher knocks over a table with potions on, and all the guards turn into different animals. One of them is a cow, and he's like, can I go home? I'm a cow.
This is good too.
And she's like, yeah, sure. Anyone else? And the fucking...
He goes, I got turned into a cow. Can I please be excused?
But the guy who's an octopus is just like, yeah, I'll stick around. Sure, whatever. He's a fucking octopus.
Yeah, because
Why does he not want to go home?
he's got 8 legs. He's like, I can fuck this guy up now.
Maybe his wife won't love him now. He's got too many, or maybe she'll love him too much. 'Cause
Even
he's got
more.
Lots of legs. Maybe he does need to go home.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe the cow wanted to go and use his oddity.
Maybe.
Did you get Penny? Anyway.
So they're all different animals and shit. They then try and chase them. Patcher has got all of the different antidotes. And they're just
This
casually...
reminded me of The Sword in the Stone.
Why?
Seen that one? Because in The Sword in the Stone, they're having the two wizards, the main wizard and then the
Merlin.
creepy witch woman.
And the other
Yeah,
one.
Merlin and the woman. And they have a wizard fight and they're turning each other into different animals.
Yeah, ferrets and dragons and shit, innit?
Yeah. I love that film too. Also, with squirrels that are funny.
Sure. So they're running away from the animals. They're chucking all the potions into Kuzco's gob to try and turn him into the right thing. I guess the right thing is a human. He gets turned into a whale and a turtle and
It's funny.
some other shit, I imagine.
And then
Until there's only...
Then he gets back into a llama.
Oh, he gets turned back into a llama and he's happy about it.
yay, I'm a llama again.
Why has she got 2 llama potions? That's my question.
Just for that joke. Just for that joke.
Pointless.
For the lols.
Then there's 2 vials left. There's 2 left. We're nearly done. Then I can not have to think about this film. There's 2 left. Yzma drinks one, or sits on one. And there's a big puff of like pink or purple smoke and lightning, and it's supposed to be really sinister. And she's just a very small cat. With
My voice?
apparently razor sharp claws, because she ends up slicing the both of them in the face. That's with decent damage. Having been scratched by a cat recently, it's not fun.
Oh, Marcy.
Anyway, she ends up with the last one as well, but she can't open it because she's got paws. Oh, Jen, did you want to do your impression of the cat?
Is this my voice? My voice?
Squeaky Yzma.
Very good.
Also, hold on. Oh no, he can't open it either.
No, because he's got hooves.
With his hooves. She's got more of a chance though, because cats have got, what, they're little beans, haven't they?
Toe beans. But they don't have
I didn't know that was
thumbs.
their real name.
They have got toe beans, yeah.
I mean, they're toes.
I saw a video of a cat that could turn on its shower, so I bet she could open a potion.
Well, that cat that used to be able to put his thumbs up on the internet.
And it had that face.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google it.
So she has the last file, she can't open it. It somehow pings off the ledge.
Yeah, because she's trying to jump on it because she can't open it. She kind of jumps on it a little bit and it rolls
Oh,
off.
yeah.
It's like in
And
her
then-
mouth, isn't it? And she's like,
Yeah, and then she
Trying
tries
to
to
put it
jump
out.
after it, ends up jumping off like the top of a massive building. Luckily, and I know cats can land on their feet, but luckily she lands on a trampoline
Yep.
and it shoots her back up in the air. She grabs onto the potion. Again, can't open it because she's a fucking idiot.
I mean, it's because she's a cat, not an idiot, but sure.
It's then stuck on another ledge, and Kuzco and Patcher, having learned all about teamwork earlier on, go up the building in the same way that they did up the cliff earlier. And it's a real achievement, a real learning moment, you know? We're cheering for them, and then they still don't,
Character
we still
arc.
don't get the potion. Yzma still gets it, so what's the point? Gronk opens the fucking window and smashes there, and then they get the potion, he drinks it, and they're all good. Then he's back to human.
Yay, he's an emperor again.
He apologises to the old guy who made him lose his
Piglet.
groove, Piglet. And then he says to Patcher,
what happened to Yzma?
she got crushed.
She didn't die though.
She got crushed by the
No,
window.
she's at the end talking squirrel
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I remember now.
because she now can't make any more potions, I assume.
but she's got no hands. She's only got beans.
We've missed the point that Yzma has like this secret underground laboratory,
Yeah, at the beginning.
and they go in like a roller coaster ride, and they all get dressed up, and Gronk's really excited. That's me on the Disney rides, and then Yzma's like really grumpy. That's Lewis on the Disney rides,
Yeah.
but we're the wrong way round. And they go on like this big roller coaster.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's better than the bat pole to get into their secret lair.
Nothing is better than the bat pole. The only thing that might be better than the bat pole is Wallace and Gromit.
Well,
Hate
but
Wallace and Gromit.
Yzma and Kronk's underwear is not on the outside like it is when you go down the bat pole.
Also, Also, you just go down. Like, roller coasters are much more fun.
I mean, I actually wouldn't like it.
You don't go to theme parks and pretend to be
We're
firemen.
talking about labs, not theme parks.
Yeah, no, but you go to theme parks for roller coasters, not to slide down a pole.
You don't go into a secret cave on a roller coaster, though.
You doing this?
Yes, you can. You can in Disney World.
We're not talking about Disney World. We're talking about secret laboratories, as he said.
We're talking about Yzma's lab.
Dee Dee.
He's
Una
back to
pretty
human. Oh my
button.
god, we're so close. We're so close.
Omelette du fromage.
He's back to human.
lost it.
He sees Patcher, who's sat there holding the model of his house, and he's like, you know what? You fucking lied to me, you prick. That you don't get good sun on that hill. I'm going to have to not build my swimming pool where your house is. So even then,
It's kind of a nice way for him to get out of it, though.
he's not apologetic. He's just like, well, your fucking standards are shit. It's a crap place to live. Why would I bother?
It's not. It's like, he's like, I don't want to admit that I'm a better person. I don't want to say, yeah, I was wrong. I don't want to, but I'm gonna do it. But I'm also gonna save face a little bit.
And they both know, don't they?
Yeah.
They're both like,
He ends up building it on the hill next to Patcher's.
Which nobody mentioned. Maybe he should do that before.
it was there the whole time.
I don't think it
Yeah.
was them.
I thought
don't
they were
know.
getting rid of the whole village, not just one house.
Well, they all live on the hill, don't they?
Yeah, but-
like the whole hill.
Yeah.
They still live on the same fucking hill. There's just another small hill next to it that he's living on.
Because near the beginning, he's like, "There's plenty of other hills you could build it on," but never do they point out that there's one like right next door.
Anyway, so we see Kuzco coming out of his new summer home. He has some swimming shorts on. He's pissing around in the pool. Patch is doing the same. And then we are treated to the dulcet tones of Sting as the credits roll. And that is 2000's The Emperor's New Groove. My God, what a roller coaster.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, we forgot at the end where Kronk,
Oh, you want to talk about the squirrels? Talk about the squirrels.
where Kronk and Yzma now run the like
Well,
scouts
Kronk
group.
does, and then Yzma is a scout.
Yeah, and he runs the scouts group, and he teaches them squirrel, and it's good.
I want to see Kronk's new groove.
I don't know. I haven't heard great things. But also, do you know Sting changed the end of that movie? Because when he was meant to build his house, it was meant to the hill wasn't meant to be a hill. It was a rainforest, and Disney were like, that's okay. Don't build it on Pasha's house. Build it in a rainforest. And Sting was like, no, I'm not going to give my song to this. If you're going to like, it's like I've worked with indigenous people and rainforests, and you can't do that. So they were like, okay, we'll just build.
That's
like a,
why they never said there was a hill next door, because there wasn't a hill next door until Sting got involved.
Until the end
you
of the
never see the
movie.
second hill throughout the whole of the other film. So that's probably
Well,
why.
maybe that's why, because Sting invented
because
it.
Sting invented the hill. That's the hill Sting wanted to die on.
Very good. Very good.
What's Sting's real name? Like Peter.
Stingleton.
I'm looking it up.
Stingleton.
No, his name is Stingleton Smith.
I reckon it's something really basic. Gordon?
Yeah, Gordon Sumner.
His name's Gordon!
Gordon what?
Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner.
Gordon Sumner. Sting.
And that is The Emperor's New Groove. What did we think? I
Yay.
thought it was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It was a real rush of emotions.
I think it's a very funny film. It's good for children and for adults. And it was chosen, like I said at the beginning, because it's completely underrated. It came out at like a really weird time. And I think they thought it was going to be a musical or something, and then they changed the whole story all the way through and didn't get enough press, but it's very funny.
Yeah. We watched it, I say fairly recently. When did we watch it, Jen? Not that long ago.
When the last lockdown was lifted, probably like last summer when we could.
Yeah. And yeah, even today it made me laugh out loud. I did a cackle a couple of times while I was sitting and eating my Lunchables, watching Disney films. So
They were fancy Lunchables, though.
They were fancy Lunchables. Yeah, it was fun. I love David Spade. I love David Spade in SNL and lots of other things. Would recommend his books as well to read or listen to.
And he's in that programme, isn't he?
You like
with
him.
Patrick
With Patrick
Warburton.
Warburton.
What program?
Rules of Engagement
Yeah.
with Goldie Hawn's brother, Matt Horn.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
That one from National.
Good. Well, I shan't be watching that.
No, because you don't like him. Yeah, I like it. It's a good film.
Well, good. It was emotional.
I'm sad we decided llamas are all pricks now, though.
I mean, they probably are.
Yeah.
Look at them. They look like pricks.
I still haven't watched Llamageddon yet.
And that's probably why they chose for him to be a llama. Not like Because you couldn't be angry at him if he was a puppy in the movie, could you? Because puppies aren't arseholes. Well, they are, but they're cute arseholes.
Not all of them.
Whereas everyone's like, yeah, llamas are knobs.
Yeah.
Generally. Maybe that's why that was that animal.
Maybe they just wanted to make llamas a thing.
Llamas were a thing around that sort of time. I mean, llamas have been a thing, you know,
They didn't
anatomically for a while.
hundreds
but
of years have existed.
What's the difference between a llama and an alpaca?
Alpaca's a type of llama, isn't it?
No?
Is it in the llama family? Is it like a donkey and a horse?
The llama family, like Mr. Llama and Mrs. Llama. That's where my brain went. Had a baby alpaca.
Well, I
think it's a type of llama.
I
Like
think
types of sheeps.
this is the time to do the socials plan.
Yeah.
Can I just say as well, isn't plural of sheeps just sheep?
Yeah.
It is. I said sheep.
One
because
sheep.
2 sheep.
Yeah.
1 hoof, 2 hooves. So you can follow
What's the
us-
difference? Oh,
Go on.
no, it's okay. I'm just trying to find out the difference still, but then I got distracted by alligators and crocodiles. It's really hard sometimes to be in my head.
It's really hard to be outside of it.
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Unusual Suspects Pod and on Twitter at Unusual Podspect. I'm at Penny_photopit on Twitter.
That Joyce is 21.
Jenny doesn't do Twitter or nothing like that.
No, but apparently llamas are different to alpacas because of their size, their hair, and their face shapes. So quite a lot makes them different.
Interesting.
You're welcome.
There you go. Thanks for coming, Jen.
You can find more llama facts at
Google.
Jenno's Llama Emporium.
Honestly, loads of stuff.
She's got balloons in the shape of llamas, llama piñatas. Was that a donkey? Wait, at your birthday, didn't you have a piñata? You had donkeys and then a piñata shaped like a donkey. That's really bad.
like a llama, Penny.
Was it a llama? It had
I
really
don't know,
big
you
ears. I think
smashed
it was a donkey. So we hung out with donkeys and then we smashed up a fake donkey.
So you had a real donkey there, and then next to it you were smashing the
2.
shit out of donkeys. Were you like trying to send them a message?
To all
think
donkeys
them-
out there.
Yeah, tell your mates, don't come around here. This is our yard. We'll smash you up and eat your
This is our
insides.
All right, got a bit.
Well, that's what you do with a piñata, isn't it? You eat the sweets inside.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Anyway, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jenno.
Always. Thanks for having
I'm
me.
sure we'll have you back for another
In another, I think, maybe not another. What was she on? Number 20, did you say?
then 50, so maybe 70.
Yeah.
I think Andy might want you to come back in 50 episodes rather than 20 after this. Right, let's end this Disney-based fun. We will be back next week with someone else, probably.
Me again.
Christ, no, we've got some respite. We've got a bit of time. It's fine. It's anniversary specials only. Hopefully next time Jen's on, Dan will be back, but we'll have to wait and see.
He'll love that.
Yeah, because then
Maybe.
I won't have to get wound up about it.
Oh, don't be sad.
Nobody's sad. I wasn't wound up. I was well behaved. I was professional. But Kuzco is a prick.
You were more jolly today than normal. Is that because you have to be?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't just sit and sulk and get
Goodbye,
angry.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Am I going now? Do I get off this?